Okay, so again, I'm going to go through one example together, and then I'll have you try the other one on your own. Okay, so when you're dealing with mixture problems, again, it's relatively similar to the same, or relatively close to what we just looked at for those kind of revenue type of questions. Okay, in that you are going to have one equation that relates like sort of the total mixture, and then you're going to have another equation that relates the individual parts of the mixture. Okay, so if we look at this top problem here, so it says you have a 10% solution and a 50% solution. So right away we know that there's two different solutions, and together they're going to create 100 milliliters of a 34% solution. So that right there gives us two pieces of information, two equations that we can create. One is the total is going to equal 100 milliliters. So the first thing I can do is, let's say I assigned X and Y to the 10% and 50%. So I know that my total X and Y is going to be 100 milliliters. So that's the first equation I can create. My second equation is going to create that, that final mixture. The final mixture yields 34%. So what that means is we're actually going to use these percentages in our equation. So what this means is 34% mixture at 100 milliliters is going to be formed by combining the individual parts. So 10% times the X value and 50% times the Y value. So this is going to give you the second equation. Right? So that's using, again, what we have here are our percentages for each individual part, the X part, the Y part, and then the total part. And then X and Y and 100 are the actual volumes. Okay? And so here's our equation. What we can then do is perform the steps. We can solve for either X or Y. So let's say in this scenario, I'm going to solve for X right here. Say X is equal to 100 minus Y. And then I'm going to substitute that in for this X. So when I multiply this through, 100 times 34, or 0.34 gives me 34, is equal to, and then this is 0.10 times 100 minus Y plus 0.5 Y. Distribute through and solve for my unknown. Now I've created one equation with one single unknown. So 34 is equal to, when I distribute my 0.10, I move my decimal two places, so I get 10 minus 0.1y plus 0.5y. Combine my terms here. And so if I subtract 10 from both sides, I get 24 is equal to negative 0.1 plus 0.5 gives me 0.4y. And so if I divide both sides by 0.4, I get my y value to be 24 divided by 0.4, and that's going to give me 60. So 60 is my y value. The y value represents the 50% solution. And so all I need to do to find my 10% solution is to know that if my total right here, x plus y is 100, I can solve for x by substituting in this 60 for y, and 100 minus 60 gives me the remaining amount, the remaining volume that has to account for the 10% solution. So 40 would be my 10% solution.